Hello everyone, welcome back to Dead Man's Rest. Let's go ahead and continue. I had a restless night, tossing and turning while thinking about Bill, Jimmy, and where I'd next be going. By the time morning came around, I was still dragged out. Sleep hadn't been so restful. Getting ready to leave, I noticed a note lying on the floor of the room. Scrawled all hasty, barely even legible, like the person that wrote it was scared. I flipped it open and read it. Keep your nose out of our town's business, outsider, unless you want to cut off. I crumpled the note and shoved it into my pocket. Well, I didn't usually bow to threats, but looks like this son of a gun was going to get what he wanted. Truth be told, I want to be out of this town. Nothing good happened since I arrived. Maybe he's tempting fate by sticking around any longer. Packed what possessions I had and made for the door. Dropped my key on the bar, and as I left I heard what sounded like someone retching in the back. For a minute I almost stopped, but it weren't none of my business. And I had somewhere to be. I closed the saloon door behind me and quickly headed out to town before the sheriff could get on my back. I didn't really know where I was going, but I got an instinct from tailing Bill for so long. I followed my nose and headed for the river. It was baking in the sun out in the open desert with no hint of shade. There's dead silence all around. Even lizards and snakes had decided today was too hot for him. By the time I reached the river, it still hadn't cooled down none. I was beginning to flag, what with having had barely any sleep. I stopped for a while and dug my head in the water, cleaning the sweat out of my hair. While I was busy taking a long drink, I felt a presence behind me. In 2 seconds I turned, revolver drawn and ready to fire. It was that native, though not met on Hollis's orders. Taza, I think it was. He's looking at me nervous, and I realized I still had my gun out. Slowly put away, not taking my eyes off him. I liked the boy. He seemed smart. Just cause he hadn't attacked me before didn't mean he didn't have reason to now. I didn't know what Hollis had done with my information, and he could have a grudge. I'm here to talk, American. Got your backup with you? The name's Lee McCarthy. Don't wear it out. He grinned and gestured around us. It's just me this time. That was reassuring. Looks like you're not working for the townsfolk anymore. Nah, I decided to go my own way this time. My offer still stands, you know. If you want my help to find that man, you have it. I want to see an end to this gang and to my people suffering. Thought about it. He was a decent lad and he knew what he was about. Didn't occur to me not to trust him, which was rare. Did I need him though? Would it be easier to go out alone like I always had? Sure, why not? Do I really want to bring you into this? Let's go do this alone. He sighed. Well, I can't force you to help. I'll hunt down Wild Bill alone then. Perhaps I'll see you at the camp. Hey, no. You can go there if you want, but nothing's gonna come between me and Bill. I gotta be the one to do it. You understand that? He nodded. I understand you have a grudge. I'll try my best not to get in your way. But I need to know what that Bill's a dead man before I can go back. I nodded. Do your best and I'll do mine. I wouldn't want you to take a straight bullet for a man like him. Understood. Best of luck, American. He held out a hand and something in my heart tugged. He's just a kid trying to do the best thing for his people. The world needed more men like him. I shook his hand. He had a nice strong grip. Call me Lee. He dropped my hand and I watched him make his way back up the ridge. When he was out of sight, I turned back to the river and looked east. Time to finally make my way to Bill. I made my way up the river, following a trail I knew was the right way to go. It was a long trek and the sun was falling in the sky before I reached them. Just before dusk, I found myself on the ridge, staring down at Bill's camp. He was there along with some woman and 4 or 5 of his thugs. He looked just the same as always. Like he never aged a day. This was where it'd finally end. I sat down on top of the ridge to wait. I was glad I let the town behind me. I've never been the best at handling folk in any case, especially when something that went down. Best to leave that up to the professionals and just keep my head down. Do my job, hand Bill in the next town over, and leave this part of the world far behind me. Right now I have to focus on the bounty hunting part. Bill was waiting just down the gully, the man I pursued for 8 long years. Come nightfall, I go down there and finally settle the score. It was a rough wait. The ground was packed and dry. I'm still more than a little sore from the train ride here. Still, there could be worse places to be. I wonder if they'd noticed me absent from town yet. I thought that nosy sheriff would be busy drawing wanted posters of me right about now. I didn't care one jot. I don't think I did it. I know I didn't. Or like I'd ever be coming back to this town, 2-bit place anyhow. But nice was not far off. The fading light and buzzing insects made me drowsy. Decided to take a quick rest, putting my hat over my face and resting behind a nice rock. Sometime after that, I was roughly shaken awake. It weren't too dark yet, so I couldn't have been out that long. Unfortunately, it seemed I had been careful enough. One of Bill's goons, a bald thug-looking brute, had me by the shoulder, while another short mustachioed type stood back, appraising me. I figured my best shot was to play dumb. Whoa there, you stopped me there, stranger. Dangerous place to be falling asleep, pal. These ain't kind of parts men should be walking alone. My mistake. It's just passing through on the way out of town. Decided to take a short stop. Both of them narrowed their eyes at me. It didn't seem like the brightest sparks, but my alibi sounded lame and even to me. Oh, and where's your horse? Don't have one. Just a poor man going by foot looking for work. Definitely not looking for any trouble. Oh, then you won't mind if we search you and take your toll for passing by before you get on your way? I really don't have anything worth taking. It's true, I barely had any greenbacks left after paying for that stay at Jed's. The second guy was rifling through my bag as I spoke, and he snorted. Seems he ain't lying. He's got nothing. Oh, what's this? Mitch, the boss will want to see this guy. The mustachioed man looked over at me with a triumphant sneer and brushed my bounty hunter's badge at me. Well, shit. Guess I'd been hoping they wouldn't know what that was. You're coming with us, mister. Don't show you'll upset my friend Mitch here. I held up my hands and allowed them to tie me. Roughly, they grabbed the rope and pushed me down towards the farmhouse. Cursed myself for falling asleep, for not being careful enough. Why had I sailed so close to the camp? Why hadn't I kept a better lookout? I had no idea how I was gonna get out of this situation, because you could bet your last dime bill would know exactly who I was and why I was here. And that meant I'd be dead within the hour. The same man handled me down the trail, looked from side to side, trying to see if there was any way out. Mitch, the large one, had me held fast through, and his companion was walking right beside us, watching my every move. They were a lot more thorough than I'd been. I give them that. Eventually, we made it down the slope and arrived at the main camp. Bill was still sitting there where I'd seen him earlier, with that woman I didn't know. My blood boiled aside from grinning at her. He had no right to be happy, not after what he'd done. That thought tumbled out of my head the second his gaze snapped over to us, and then directly to me. His eyes looked like I'd never seen. There was some kind of raw something in his expression, like that of a wild animal. Maybe it'd always been like that, and I'd forgotten in my long years chasing him. But somehow, with the rolling in his eyes, he felt more dangerous than ever. Well, what do we have here? Bill roughly pushed the wind off his lap and stood up, brushing himself down and making his way over to us. Dogs halted in the center of the camp and threw me to the ground. I landed hard at a dusty dump. Find him outside camp, boss. He's a bounty hunter, telling you. Oh, I know who he is. Me and Blackjack go way back, don't we? I struggled to lift my head up and got into a sitting position with my hands still tied. I would let Bill have the satisfaction of standing over me while I lay on the ground. Finally pulling myself upright, I stared him straight in the eye and refused to answer. I let him see the anger coursing through every vein in my body. He chuckled and waved at his men. You can go. Carry on with whatever you was doing. Looks like Blackjack and I got a lot to catch up on. Obediently, my two left, the mustachioed man dropping my bag at my feet and spitting on as he did. Bill lifted his leg up and placed it on a rock, leaning his arms on his knee as he looked down at me smugly. Letting yourself get caught, McCarthy? That ain't like you. You losing your touch after all these years? Or maybe I just had more respect for you than you deserved. I didn't say a word, just kept meeting his gaze. But McCoy wouldn't respond to words, he was only trying to goad me. Now we're going to give him what he wanted. He sat and spat on the floor. You ain't no fun. Bill glanced back at the woman, who was sitting where he left her, pouting slightly, eyelashes fluttering. He grinned at her and raised his eyebrows, then turned back to me. Well, I got something to get back to. He drew out a revolver from his belt and cocked it with a click. Got any last words, McCarthy? Hurry up with it, cause I ain't got all day. I stared down the barrel of the gun at him. The man I had more than anyone or anything else in the world. How'd I want to be on the other end of this gun? I never thought about what my last words would be. Should I apologize to Jimmy? In the end, I couldn't do what needed to be done. Should I make some statement about not fearing death? Or should I try to appeal to God in the last few moments I had? Instead, I decided to face Bill and tell him what I thought he should hear. Bill cocked his head for a minute, then chuckled. He dropped his gaze aside and backed up to me, then lowered his pistol. I wasn't sure what was happening. Faced with a point-blank gun, I threatened him, and he was backing down. Now them's fighting words, McCarthy. It's a shame once you disagree to end our acquaintance like this on that basis. I like a man who'll stand up like that, who ain't afraid of nobody. But I'm damn well gonna teach you to fear me. And then, when you're broken, I'm gonna put that bullet between your eyes. Somehow I cheated certain death. From what Bill said, I wasn't sure I was any better off alive. I had to find my way out of the situation, and sharpish. Bill holstered the pistol again, then grabbed the rope tie on my hands and yanked me up from the floor. You're gonna enjoy my hospitality for a while, Blackjack. Reluctantly, struggling, I was dragged away from the middle of the camp and into the barn beside the farmhouse. It was old and moldy, and drab blew in from the rotten roof. Bill tied me to a post in the center of the room and snickered. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun together. Without I'm a sentence, Bill sneered and then vanished out of his coon girl, leaving me alone in the old barn. I sank down to the floor, cursing my stupidity all over again. I've been so careful for so long, yet slipped at the last fence. I wonder what Bill had in store for me. Whatever it was, I was sure I wasn't gonna like it. I started rubbing the rope, tying my hands up against the back of the column. It was grasping at straws, I knew that, but I had to try to do something. Coming so far, Jim wouldn't have wanted to see me hang on my hat before it was through. Before long, though, my arms started to get real tired. I decided to rest them just for a while. Before I knew it, I'd fallen dead asleep. I was shaking awake again, my neck cricked, my back aching, and with nothing but darkness all around. Nothing, that is, except Bill's sneering face inches away from me. What's wrong with you, McCarthy? Sleeping at a time like this? I expected more of a fight. Or is that spirit you showed me earlier, I summoned up all the strength I could and spit right in his face. Fuck you, McCoy. Gonna shoot me, then damn well get it over with. There ain't no honor keeping me here like this. Bill laughed, high and cold enough to send a shiver down my spine. Your mistake there is think I'm an honorable man, McCarthy. You know better than most I ain't got a shred of conscience in me. Ain't that right? I narrowed my eyes, able to make out his figure more clearly in the dim light now I was adjusted. He was knelt down in front of me, face forward, head tilted in a teasing manner. How I hated him. He stood up then, and before I could do anything, he kicked a cloud of dust into my face, making me cough. See, thing is, McCarthy, the way I see it, I'm doing everything that was right by God. You and your kind, you freaks of nature, don't belong on this here good earth. I'm fixing the divine mistakes. Like your pretty little boyfriend. What was his name again? Playing dumb and saying what he knew would get to me. I knew he was. He was trying to make me get mad. Didn't mean they weren't working though. But I always had a way of knowing exactly how to push a man to anger. You damn well know his name, you rat bastard. I don't recall. There've been so many I put down, you see. Hard to remember every single one of you dogs. You're all the same to me, you know. Filthy, blasphemous, disgusting freaks what don't even deserve a bullet to the head. You probably forgot about your old friend's name too. Ain't like he was a real human anyways. I couldn't stand it no more. I threw him his toy as I yelled it out. Jimmy Kiefer! You shot him dead 8 years ago, bullet to the back out of nowhere while he was playing cards. He never did nothing to you. You took him out like a coward because you couldn't face him like a man. You could never face anything like what you killed, could you? Just like right now. Taking the cowards away, mocking me, tie me down because you know if you let me fire back, I'll damn well kill you. You're the worst kind of man, Bill McCoy, and there's a special place waiting on the devil's door for you. Bill laughed again, twirling a cigarette between his fingers, and leaned back casually against the wall. I was seething, but it didn't seem phased at all in the face of my fury. Where's that spark? Keep it coming, Blackjack. I like it when you're all fired up. It's gonna make fine putting you down all the sweeter. My shoulders shook as I grit my teeth. This man was the lowest kind of scum. Killing honest folks one thing, McCoy, but when you're doing it without letting them defend themselves, that ain't right. I know you ain't got no honor or no morals, but at least have the decency to face me in a fair fight. Prove you're the better man. Bill stepped right close to me and put his face near mine. That's the thing, McCarthy. You ain't no man, so them rules don't apply to you. I know I'm the better man already, by virtue not being a freak of nature. Just like all them others. Including your pretty boy lover, Jimmy Kiefer. Bill's smug face was inches away from me. Just a little closer, I could headbutt him to next Tuesday. Didn't seem like the smartest idea though, given the position I was in. He could gallop me or even worse. I wouldn't be able to do shit about it. I missed turning to gaze and answered instead. Bill chuckled in my face, spread ghosting over me. They weren't no men at all. I would expect you to understand, being what you are. Don't worry, you'll get to join your precious Jimmy soon. Then all of a sudden Bill got real close, so close I could see the faint stubble on his chin even through the darkness. He grabbed my face hard and stared into my eyes with the same roiling, raw intensity that I had seen in them earlier. Then he roughly pushed himself onto me, his lips crushing onto mine. I didn't have any time to process what was happening before I felt a sharp pain on my lower lip. He bit me hard. I could taste blood in my mouth. Bill pulled back and I ripped away from him, panting, feeling murderous. My lips stung, blood was trickling down into my mouth and I felt violated. What in the hell had I just done? I was about to say something when Bill staggered back and spat at my feet. His eyes were wild. I bet you loved that, didn't you? You're fucking sick. Then he knelt and grabbed my face again. I resisted the urge to bite him. That would do me no favors. He spoke in a low, threatening voice, almost like a growl. I ain't gonna give you an easy time with this, McCarthy. Out of all of them, everyone, you're the one that's giving me trouble. The one I've almost looked forward to putting down. So I'm gonna make it long and enjoy every moment. I'm gonna tame you like the dog you are. And then I'm gonna send you where you belong. He turned away from him without giving me a chance to answer, strode away quickly, vanishing out of the barn and into the night. What in the name of all that's holy? My mind couldn't process what just happened. Wild Bill McCoy had just kissed me. Never 1,000 years would I have thought he'd do anything like that. Even to prove something. Even to humiliate or demean me. What was really going on inside that man's head? It's clear as day he hated homosexuals, and anyone who saw his rap sheet would know that. To go that far, to actually engage in something like that just to make his point, just go deeper than that pure hate. Was it fear? Something happened to him in the past, as a child or something, that made him act this way? Because I knew that any man who really just hated homosexuals wouldn't do that. Frustrated, humiliated, and confused, I was left alone to wait out the night.